saw the Jewels last week. Now tonight it's the big one. 43 trucks getting ready to go here tonight for the main race here at Daytona. It's round one of the Pasky's Sports Cardio Truck Series, live from Daytona International Speedway. Sam Cooper Bennett up in the booth with you, joined by my usual broadcast partner, my brother from another mother, Mr. Tony Trapasso, and another man in the booth with us tonight is Mr. Steve Thomas. Guys, it's going to be a good one tonight.
This is going to be fun, Sam. I'm excited about this one. If the action you saw the duels is any indication, this is going to be one barn burner of a race.
Absolutely, and they've already set the grid from last week. Last week's duels, if you missed those duels last week, I highly suggest you go back and watch it, as that was some of the best racing we have seen all year. Anyway, let's go through a few of our sponsors before we go to tonight's race broadcast. Tonight's league is being sponsored by XS Sim Gear. If you want some cheap button boxes or anything for any peripherals for your sim racing rig, then go to XS, the initials X and S, Sim Gear. Also want to give a shout out to Prestige Vapory. They are big supporters of the league, and they almost every night watch our races that are being broadcast here. So want to give a quick shout out to them. That is Prestige Vapory.
And Sam, they are the exclusive home of Black Diamond Vape and the brand new Snow Wolf in exclusive colors, only available at Prestige Vapory.
Absolutely, that is Prestige Vapory, so give them a shout out, give them a look and see what they have on offer for you. Also want to give a shout out to PZ Overlays, the suppliers of tonight's overlay. If you want an overlay for your broadcast, then go no further than Mr. Paul Zota. He will hook you up. Give him a shout out on Facebook. Also, would be remiss if I didn't mention our main focus sponsor of our company. That is pH Aware, one of the most difficult diseases to diagnose in the medical profession, as it masks itself as other lung-related diseases, and by the time you find out it's there, it's usually too late. So if you want to spread awareness, or if you want to make a donation for yourself and help towards getting a cure, finding a cure for this thing, then go to phaware.global or phaware.org. Well, tonight it is going to be an absolute special one. Season 2 about to get underway, and as we've already mentioned, tonight we have the grid already set after last week's fantastic Jules race. And Tony, just want to quickly go to you. Gonna be a great race tonight. 43 trucks on the field.
It's a big field, and so far these guys have shown some pretty decent patience as far as everybody's kind of feeling each other out. Who can I run around? Who can I work with? They're trying to find that dancing partner, and that's going to be the key to victory tonight. Is finding that person that you can work with best, and either move to the front or stay in the front.
Absolutely, and it's all about momentum as well at Daytona. I mean, you have to pick a line and you have to draft behind each other's trucks or cars, whichever. Doesn't matter what you're in at Daytona, you have to be patient and stay in line, because any wrong move is extremely unforgiving, especially with the speeds that are going around here.
All it takes is one just momentary lapse in concentration, and you have not only effed up your race, you have effed up probably, well, in some cases you're probably going to F up 43 other drivers or 42 other drivers' races, especially with the size of the field tonight.
Yeah, speaking of people that might have a bit of an uphill struggle in this race, want to give a mention to our reigning champion, Mr. Ronnie Osmer. Really going to have an uphill battle in the running of this race tonight. Didn't have the best of times in the duels, and is going to be starting near the back, Tony.
Unfortunately, yeah. Currently sitting 15th quick on the practice board, but expect Ronnie to move forward quickly.
Yeah, well, before we do go to our race coverage, which is going to be 5 minutes away, so we've got have a bit of a podcast thing going on here. Before we do go to the race, let's go to our current standings in the hot lap sessions. Bradley Allison fastest at the moment. Len McNeese is in second, 8,000ths of a second off the 0-3. Bradley Race in third. Dominic Byrne, one on the, sorry,
Sam,
yeah,
real quick.
Yeah.
You know that there's no live action, right?
No live action.
There we go.
Yeah, I moved it. There, you see. But it's paused at the moment, so you know. I'll get to it in a minute. Anyway,
well, I just had an impatient person. Make sure Sam knows the screen's black, no picture. Patience, Junior, patience.
Yeah, patience.
He's a semi-trained professional.
Yeah, I've only been doing this for 2 months. Give me a break. Anyway, let's go through. Dominic Byrne sitting in fourth place. He's one of our provisional drivers tonight. After we did have a couple of drivers drop out, so he'll be starting at the back of the grid. So at least he's up there in fourth place, so showing good pace, even though he's not had much practice in these trucks at this track. Dylan Moskowitz, the man that's starting on the front row, he is in fifth. Chad Witt is in sixth. Seventh is Johnny Antonucci. Just want to give a shout out to Johnny Antonucci. I hope he's okay after that incident he had with Kevin Paskowicz last night. Brandon Stokes, he's in eighth. Ninth is Joe Morganti, and rounding out the top 10 is Matthew Kleinschmidt. Our current
and I would like to point out real quick that Joe Morganti is getting a points provisional from last season.
Yeah. Just trying to look for our pole sitter, Devin Doss. He's all the way back in P40. So,
well, he just got out on track and hasn't had any drafting practice as of yet.
Absolutely, as we are going to go to Devin Doss now and see where he might be in relation to his time. He's not actually out on track right now, so we're just going to... We've only got a couple of cars out on track. Let's go to one of our rookies in the field. That's Mr. James McDavid. In that, sorry, Tony, it's going to make you hungry now, but that is James McDavid there in the Krispy Kreme number 92. All on his own out on track right there. He's currently sitting P13 in hot lap standings. There's Sean Weaver in the 37. One of our front row starters there is Dylan Moskowitz. Hopefully he's going to get his championship challenge after a decent run. Let's see what kind of paint... Oh, I was hoping there would be potatoes on his truck tonight, but Dominic Byrne is running a pretty generic paint scheme tonight. You let me down, Dominic.
Well, in Dominic's defense, that is a rather famous paint scheme. Those of you who have followed the Goodwood Festival of Speed have seen that paint scheme for the better part of the last decade, with Mike Skinner behind the wheel of it.
Ah, yes, Mr. Mike Skinner. The last time we got some TV time was actually on the Grand Tour, so yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bit of trivia for you.
He was the American.
Yeah. Let's go to some action out on track. There is... Looks like Byron Rodney driving with a couple of other cars, trucks there. Oh, bit of an incident there. That's between him and who? And yeah, that's our first. Thank God this is a simulator moment. Ow. That was the 0-3 of Bradley Allison getting absolutely destroyed there.
Jeepers.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. So, just under 2 minutes to go before we get this thing going, Tony. Any last thoughts before we go?
I try not to. That usually gets me in trouble, but I would like to point out that there is a drivers' meeting going on right now. And, Sam, if you want to... We've got just about enough time to roll that national anthem before grid up.
I tell you that.
Absolutely, and I will fire that up right now as we're going to go to our... I'm going to pause this for a second. Like Tony said, I am a semi-professional at this, so I am going to get it going right now as we go to our fags. So everybody stand on your feet, put your hands to your hearts as we bring you tonight's national anthem, if it'll play. There we go. And sorry about the technical difficulties there, ladies and gentlemen. That was the national anthem of the USA. Right, we're going to go straight to our race coverage here tonight, brought to you by XS Sim Gear. Everybody is rolling, but I have no names on my screen right now, Tony.
Starting up on the pole, Devin Dossey's joined with Dylan Moskowitz. Alex Green and Taylor Coster are going to make up row number 2. Row 3 is going to go to Isaiah Dupree and Wayne Carroll Jr. Chad Witt and Rob Lacavara are going to make up row number 4. Row 5 is going to go to Dustin Slewski,
that's the one.
And Len McNeese, James McDavid, and Tristan Walker are going to make up row number 6. Row 7 is going to see Brad Allison and Brett Elmore. Row 8 is going to go to Shane Norton and Shane Neiswanger. Make up row number 9. Row 10 is going to see Colton Ix and Byron Rodney. Glenn Grimm and J.H. Miller are going to make up row 11. Row 12, Brandon Stokes and Hoot Baker. Zach White, Ron McManus. Row 13. Row 14 is going to see Brad Ray and Kevin Paskowitz. Greg Napier, Cody Ober in row 15. 16 goes to Ronnie Osmer and Quentin Young. Row 17, Sean Weaver and Mark Mitchell. Row, wherever the hell I am now, Johnny Antonucci and John Napier in row 16. Row 17, Tony Rice and Ty Harris. Jeff Mayer and Matt Kleinschmidt in row 20. In row 21, Joe Morganti and Dominic Hearn as the green flag comes out. And we are live from Daytona. Season 2 is officially started.
Absolutely, Devin Doss getting off to one hell of a start there as everybody is underway cleanly on lap 1 here at Daytona. Devin Doss off to a decent start, so is Alex Green. Looks like Alex Green up to 3rd, so great start for him on that inside line. He's going to take the advantage going out of turn 2 on Dylan Moskowitz, and he's already up to P2 there, Tony.
Alex Green getting a great jump. That whole inside line working well together so far, as Doss and Green nose to tail as they work their way into the turn 3 complex. Moskowitz making me hungry in the Whataburger number 21. And Alex Green in the Buffalo Wild Wings number 30.
Yeah, so lots of food sponsors out there again making Tony hungry as we are just completing lap 1 of 100 here at Daytona. Everybody bunched up right now. Let's go back to a couple of sorry, Tony.
Give that one to Moskowitz, 16 thousandths of line. The outside line nipped that lap.
Yeah, so Moskowitz getting a decent push there off the 97 of Tanner Costa. Tanner Costa had a decent run in the duels last week, so hoping to go one better here tonight. He's on that outside line, and Tanner Costa did prefer that outside line last week, so no surprise to see him out there pushing the number 21 of Dylan Moskowitz there in the early runnings of this race. Let's go back to one of our pit starters. Actually, they're not even out on track yet. Ronnie Osmer, Kevin Paskowitz. They're just coming out on track now, are they? Yeah, there they are, at the back there.
I'm not showing Osmer on track. Same goes for Quentin Young and Ty Harris.
I've got them here on screen right now. There's Ronnie Osmer in the red right to give machine, still paying tribute to oh my God, James Hilton.
Yes.
James Hilton. Yeah, in that number 55 machine, and he's got Byron Rodney with him as well. There's a nice little pack forming behind here. These are all the guys that started in pit road. Let's go back to our lead battle as Devin Doss still holding on to that lead. As
no, he's not. You're not live.
Oh yeah, there he is. Dylan Moskowitz is in the lead now as Devin Doss going to look onto the outside and get that push off Tanner Costa now. As Alex Green pinching up slightly.
Well, Green was looking to go with Doss because they'd worked together so well previously. Green's going to have to work with Moskowitz now.
Yeah, and they seem to be working okay together right now as Moskowitz gets another car length out in front, and it looks like Alex Green is going to get a car length out in front too, and he does. So Alex Green in the clear now, Moskowitz in the clear, Chad Witt in the 77, hoping to get the clear now, but not there quite yet. As we've also got the number 6 of Dustin Stalewski on that inside, fourth car inside line. So everybody bunched up in the early part of this race. Wayne Carroll Jr. is there in that 22 machine. Bob Lacavara getting a bit squirrely coming out of turn 2.
Well, the good news is Lacavara has... oh, no, that's not Whitaker. Whitaker's back a little bit. I'm sorry, I saw the funky paint scheme and thought that might have been Whitaker to his inside, but no, Mike Whitaker's a little bit back. Currently running in 20th, as these guys are still running 2x2. All it takes is, you know, an oops, and you've wiped out at least half the field. Let's hope that we can see something like we saw last night in the ISL race at Kansas, where, you know, these guys get it done and you know, give each other the respect that they need to give each other and respect the track at the same time.
Absolutely, as Mike Whitaker actually has Joe Morganti right behind him for company. Dominic Burns on the inside of him as well. John Napier just ahead of Mike Whitaker as well in that number 14 XS Sin-Gear machine. He seems to be running okay and running in line with the rest of the pack. Another one of that Strange Nuts pack is Gregory Napier. Had a good run last week in the Jewels, but came unstuck near the end. He is down there in P26 right now on the inside line in that Prestige Drapery machine. Let's go back to our lead battle. As Devin Doss has retaken the lead. He's got a nose out in front of that came across the tri-oval, Tony.
He did, as we almost saw the 99 of Mark Mitchell door John Napier coming through the tri-oval. Luckily, those two got that sorted out between the two of them, and looks like Napier's going to... I'm sorry, that was Brandon Stokes that almost caught the door, as Stokes jumps up in front of Napier, running another one of the Strange Nuts paint schemes tonight, rolling for... I believe that's
Sodafix.
Sodafix.
Yeah.
I saw the Sodafix on the truck and thought it might have been John for a second, but no, that was Brandon Stokes, their newest teammate.
Yeah, so teammates almost getting together in the early running on this race. We are on lap 8 already, so things going rather quickly in the early part of this race. I can't remember for the life of me what the stages are. I think it's 20, 40, and then a race to the end. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, as we're still watching the Sodafix machine of Brandon Stokes, as he has got, yeah, it's Mark Mitchell for company right in front of him, and it looks like 3 Strange Nuts machine right lockstep, one behind the other right now. Make that focus.
And you would be right. Actually, I believe all 4 of them are right there. No, they've got Ron McManus in between them.
Yeah, as John Napier actually looks to the bottom line, as they're going to make it start lap 10, as we've got someone bouncing around in the back there. Didn't see who that was. It might have been connection issues or a collision. I didn't really see who that was. It was the blue and red machine. Let's go back and look at that. 49, that was Shane Neiswanger. Connection issues maybe? Yeah, he's blinking pretty badly actually. So that's the last thing you need when you're mired in the mid-pack there, Tony.
You're not wrong.
As everybody seems to have settled down a bit now, just pick their lines.
Is losing his mind right now as Neiswanger is right around him, losing that connection.
Yeah, it looks like X has dropped back, so X is behind Greg Napier. Hoot Baker, he's there in the P27 spot. Let's not forget him. Usually one of the silent runners in the field, so watch for him to make his way through the pack as this race progresses. But everybody having a nice quiet one so far, as Dylan Moskowitz is given that lap. We are on lap 10 of 100, so we're 1/10 of the way through. As they begin lap 11, it looks like Dylan Moskowitz is going to get the lap again. No, that's very... Wow, that's close. And the caution's out.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh dear.
Look at your temp, make sure everything looks okay.
Oh, that's the big one. Oh my god, that is a lot of trucks in that, and that looks like Joe Morganti's in that, James McDavid's in it. Nice Wonga's in it, I know that much. 99 of Mark Mitchell's in it. Let's go back about 30 seconds and see what happened.
Allegedly, it started with the 2 of Zach White.
Let's go to Zach White there. Yeah, Zach White trying to make 3 wide. Bit too early to be making moves like that, Mr. White, as he forces his way through the middle, gets to the 5 of Bob Lacavara, and
just...
Oh, wow. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the big one already happening on lap 11 of 100. So big wreck and big implications. Thankfully, this league does have a fast repair. Am I right, Tony?
Yes, 1.
Yeah, so a lot of these guys are going to be using their 1 fast repair already in this race, and looks like Tyrone Harris has already taken it behind the wall. Joe Morganti's taking it behind the wall. Gregory Naper's taking it behind the wall.
There's a lot of cars that are having to tow in.
Yeah, they're not behind the wall. They're just figuring themselves out as...
Dom Byrne towing, Shane Norton towing.
Yeah.
You know, and it was one of those... You kind of knew it was coming as soon as you saw the 2 show no patience.
Yeah, kind of forced the issue there as he just blistered his way through the middle and got into, I believe it was...
The 22.
Yeah, the 22 of Wayne Carroll. So Wayne Carroll had no fault in that. The 2 just showing a slight bit of impatience, and unfortunately it all ended in disaster for about, what, 10, 12 of those cars? That was double figures in cars. That was easily.
Well, let's see. From 9th back, caught a piece of it.
Yeah, as we're just watching pit road right now, everybody in who needs to be in. There goes Stokes, there's Morganti, there's Greg Napier, there's McDavid. So a lot of these people actually are getting their fast repairs out of the way. Here comes Mike Whitaker coming out of pit road as well. So,
well, Sam, real quick, Zach White caught a piece of it. Tristan Walker caught a piece of it. Brent Ellsworth caught a piece of it. Brad Allison caught a piece of it.
Yeah, well, Zach White was the cause of that, so he was always going to get a piece of it. As he's there, right...
Well, I'm listening to the driver chat right now, and he's trying to defend the choice to go 3 wide on lap 13, or lap 11 when it happened. Looks like Ron McManus has just... Nope, he hasn't.
I think it's the nature of... everybody keeps graying out on my ATVO, and...
Yeah, they're doing it to me, too, and
it's... Yeah, I think it's just the amount of trucks that are in this race is kind of affecting... Anyway...
Okay, yeah, no, I was trying to listen to what was going on because there's drivers are getting screwed over by poor choices of other drivers, and black flags were issued that probably shouldn't have been.
Ah, okay.
By the sim.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
because of the oops, so many people had to limp it back to the pits that some drivers actually caught black flags from it. And I would like to point out that the greatest idea that iRacing ever came up with was to allow race controllers to be able to spectate the event rather than have to take up a slot in the field.
Yeah, that was a good decision. I will applaud them for that.
Because I'm actually in a situation right now where I can help admin this race.
You have admin powers. But anyway, let's go back to our leader, Mr. Devon Doss. I think he was happy that the caution came out because he was locked in a very tight battle with Dylan Moskowitz just as that caution came out. Another person that's going to be happy with that caution is going to be Mr. Kevin Paskowicz, albeit down in 31st place. Him and Ronnie Osmer and the other cars with him, that they were seriously so far behind, and if this was going to carry on, they were going to get lapped.
Well, you're not wrong there. As the lights go out on the pace car.
So we're going to get them going again, despite all the controversy that's happened with the black flags that Tony just mentioned. So restarting on the front row is going to be Devon Doss with Dylan Moskowitz onto his outside. Tanner Costa's going to be there in 3rd place. Alex Green is in 4th. 5th is going to be Tristan Walker, and Zach White is still there in the top 10. He is in P6. Bradley Ellison 7th, 8th Brent Elmore, 9th is Brandon Stokes now, and still in the top 10 despite being caught up in the big one is Joe Morganti. So maybe some...
Well, Morganti and Allison, actually, Allison won the battle off pit road. Stokes came out second of those who pit. Joe Morganti came out third of those who pit. The one thing I would like to point out, though, is keep your eye on the 30, because with him being on the high side, he's not comfortable running that second groove. So look for him to move down to that bottom line as quickly as he can.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he did on that last green flag run. As we're going to go to our leader now, Mr. Devon Doss. He has the inside line. He's chosen the inside line for this restart, as we're going to wait for the pace car to peel off again and get this thing going again, as we still have a few cars left in this race. So a lot to play for still, as we're going to get him going on lap 16. There goes the pace car, and waiting for Devon Doss, and away we go again. We are under green once again on lap 16, and Devon Doss off to a decent start. Moskowitz not really getting going on that restart, Tony. As they make their way through turns 1 and 2, Tanner Costa has a nose out in 2nd place, and he is being joined by not Tristan Walker, not Bradley Allison. Who else is that in 5th? That's Zach White.
That's Tristan Walker in the 35.
Yeah, I'm just seeing who was pushing Tanner Costa. That is actually Zach White there in the 5th position. So still going strong there in that number 2 machine. But the man of the hour right now is Mr. Devon Doss. He's defending both lines right now as they make their way across the finish line, Tony.
And Joe Morganti just announcing that he is still damaged. Apparently his team did not get that truck completely fixed under that pit stop.
Yeah, and you can see him right there. He's got no speed in that number 53, almost immediately falling back to the tail end of the field, as he's now down in P34. One of the biggest movers in the field so far is Mr. Ronnie Osmer. He is drafting right behind the number 128 of Bradley Ray right now.
He's drafting right behind Ray, and then you've got the 83 of 83?
83?
I'm not even showing an 83 in the field.
No. No.
What the hell is going on here?
We're still watching Ronnie Osmer drafting behind Ray. They're 2x2 in front of him. That is Hoot Bake.
Next in the 86 that's blinking badly.
Yeah. So first it was Shane Nicewong, and now it is Colton X that's having the connection issues. So a few people having issues with the big server and a big amount of trucks in the server right now. Let's have a look at Hoot Baker there. He is sitting in the 21st spot. Another one making his way through the field as they're passing. That looks like Wayne Carroll, the man that was initially involved in that big one. He is going extremely slow around the track, so no speed in that number 22 right now. Let's go back to our lead battle as Dylan Moskowitz is now in the lead and has got Tanner Costa right behind him as Greg Napier hit the wall on the outside just then, Tony.
These guys are getting chippy already, and we're closing in on the end of the first stage. But as chippy as these guys are, I don't know how many are going to be around at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we already had the big one, so hopefully there won't be another one. But then again, I just probably jinxed it, so get your hate mail coming. Anyway, we're still looking at this lead pack right here. As, yeah, Tony, you are right, they are getting chippy near the back. But who's going to take stage one? If this is the end of the stage, we don't even know yet, as Dylan Moskowitz has got the nose out in front as they did cross the line. 33 thousandths of a second, the gap between the top two. Coming out of turn two now, as it looks like Tristan Walker dropping to the bottom line to help Tanner Costa, as they are coming up on a back marker, rejoining on the track. Just don't rejoin too early, sir. That is the number 6 of Dustin Salewski, as they're coming out of turns 3 and 4 now. Moskowitz still got the nose out in front as they're coming up on Joe Morganti now. Go ahead, Tony. As they cross the line, still no caution yet, so I'm wondering if this is... Huh. I should have asked Tony, should have asked Alex what the stages are, really, to be fair. Anyway, let's go back to the race. It looks like Tanner Costa has got the clear on Devon Doss as they made their way on the backstretch. This field is actually separated into 3 distinct packs here, Tony. So, different racing all across the track as we're looking at Ron McManus there in the 13th spot.
I have no idea what's going on right now, Sam.
Okay.
I don't know. I really don't. I've stopped even trying to figure this one out because we should be at the end of the second stage already.
Yeah. Oh, the first stage.
Second. It's only a 100-lap race.
Yeah, I don't know, unless it's a straight shootout to lap 100.
Unless they're going, they could be going 45 and 50. Or no, yeah, first, I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's like 20, 40, then 60. Like, first, at the end of the first stage should have been lap 20. And the second stage would have been lap 40, and then the 60-lap sprint to the end.
Let me go find out what's going on. I'll be right back.
Okay. As we're going to go back to our leaders, Mr. Dylan Moskowitz. He has got Tanner Costa there with him in second place. Looks like Tristan Walker now moved up to third as they're all getting very spread out. It looks like Tristan Walker's going to try and take that high line with Devon Doss, who is right behind him, and Alex Green is right behind him as well. Bradley Allison there in the 03. He's going to stay on the inside line with, looks like, Mike Whitaker right behind him, and Greg Napier is there too. James McDavid is there too. Isaiah Dupree, not really spoke of him tonight. He is there in the number 10th position, and Zach White has dropped to the back of that pack as well, so he is just ahead of John Napier. So Zach White not having it all his way this time around, as this field has spread right out in the early running of this race.
So I did just receive word from the owner of the league. The stage will end on lap 25.
Yeah, I've just had a spark in my brain that's just made me realise that. As we're going to go back to the front of our pack, as Tristan Walker's moved his way up to second place now and is actually challenging for the lead, as we're going to come to the end of this stage now. They're coming out of turn 4. And Dylan Moskowitz got a nose out in front as they cross the line, and it's going to be very close. Still no caution, or is it the end of lap 25?
End of lap 25.
Okay, so we're still head side by side as they go through turns 1 and 2, and they're going to bring their way out onto the backstretch. Dylan Moskowitz still got that nose out in front as Tanner Costa gets a nose out in second place, but gonna get another shove is Tristan Walker on that outside with Alex Green and Devon Doss right behind him, so it's all to play for as they bring their way into turns 3 and 4 for the end of stage 1. Glad we got that confusion out of our way. Moskowitz got the nose out in front as they come out of turn 4 onto the tri-oval. Gonna defend
it's a drag race to the finish line.
And Moskowitz Walker gets it.
I think you're on the.
Moskowitz by 3/1000ths of a second.
Wow.
Dylan Moskowitz, Tristan Walker, Devon Doss, Tanner Coster, Alex Green for 5th.
At the moment, my lifetime in scoring is showing us Tristan Walker as the winner of stage 1, but
just pull up results.
Yeah. No, I can't because
they're waiting on the pace car right now in turn 3.
Yes, Tristan Walker's just disappeared ahead of everybody.
Well, he didn't want to get caught up in what was sure to be a melee when the field caught the lead. There he is down low.
And you're right, Dylan Moskowitz does take over the lead there as we're going to go to our stage results there. Dylan Moskowitz coming home with a stage 1 win. Tristan Walker 2nd. Devon Doss coming back in 3rd. 4th, Tanner Costa 5th. Alex Green 6th. Bradley Allison 7th is Greg Napier. 8th is Mike Whitaker. 9th is Mr. Quiet himself, Isaiah Dupree. And getting the last point for 10th place is Mr. James McDavid. So,
well, you're part right. They only pay points through the top 5, sir.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that means that Alex Green got the last point.
Well, color me wrong.
So, as Brad Allison blew through his pit stall, and Mike Whitaker stayed out.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Mike Whitaker's staying out for this pit stop. Got 14 lap old tyres. Tyres not really a factor here at Daytona. It's more of a fuel mileage race, so I'm guessing that's what Mike Whitaker does. Mike Whitaker's doing at this point.
Okay, so who do we want to jinx tonight?
Let's talk to... Ooh. Oh, I got my choice. Let's talk to... Oh, do we want to... Ronnie?
I can't do that to the kid.
Patrick McDavid. Let's talk to him.
One of the newest members of... the newest member of Pinnacle Motorsports, Pat McDavid. Tony up in the booth, you got me, sir.
Yeah, I got you.
Been a rough one so far. How bad did you get it during that melee on lap 11?
Well, you know, we run it pretty good, but then somebody just had to get a little racy early. Had to get a fast repair done because my engine was gone. I was smoking, so.
Well, do you think you're going to be able to, get back up there and challenge for it?
Oh yeah, it's a long race, plenty of time. You know, I had already gotten back up to 10th, 11th, something like that. So.
All right, sir. Well, best of luck to you, and hopefully we're talking to you in about 75 more laps.
Have a good one. Thank you, sir.
That was Mr. McDavid there. One of our biggest followers on the YouTube streams when we're not using broadcasting the Pasky League, so he's definitely one of our biggest supporters out there. What's his name on YouTube? Papa Smurf Hero? Something like that?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so Maybe give his channel a subscribe. I don't know if he puts videos up, but he's definitely one of our biggest supporters in the YouTube chat anyway, so always look for him to be there. Let's go back to our leader, Mr. Michael Whitaker.
So, do need to give a quick shout out to Lonnie Barrington. Unfortunately, unable to make the green tonight, so he says whoever's driving the 21, which would be Dylan Moskowitz, is where I should have been, so I'm rooting for him. Well, Dylan actually made the field, so not sure what's going on there, Lonnie. Got to give a shout out to everybody in the YouTube chat. Unfortunately, we are not live on Facebook for some reason.
We're not?
No.
Let me go and see to that. You carry on, Tony. I'm going to go and take a look.
So, yeah, Whitaker showing the way. Lights go out on the pace car. So, Whitaker, Moskowitz, John Napier in the XS Sim Gear number 14, Tristan Walker, Devin Doss, Glenn Grimm, Tanner Koster, Alex Green, Isaiah Dupree, and the gentleman who we just spoke to, Pat McDavid. So still trying to get the lineup sorted out as the field working its way down the super stretch here at Daytona. Again, you are watching a presentation of the Pasky Sports Cardiac Truck Series, powered by XS Sim Gear. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. If you want to get in on future action, just go ahead and drop a comment below with your iRacing screen name, and we'll see if we can't get you added into a future event. So, Whitaker did have to pit under that that lap 11 melee, as did John Napier and Glenn Grimm. Napier, I just found out, took only fuel after that pit stop, so that's why he was able to gain so many positions as the field working its way out of turn number 4. Whitaker going to have control of the field as the pace car getting ready to duck in, and we are back underway as Whitaker pulls the trigger about as hard as he possibly can, and Napier telling Moskowitz to come on down. You're the next contestant on the XS Sim Gear is right.
For some reason we have lost the Facebook stream, so we are just live on YouTube tonight. Unfortunately, due to some kind of technical gremlin, I will try and figure out what went wrong. But we are
playing after the race, Sam.
Okay. But yeah, we are live on YouTube, and we are under green again as Michael Whitaker on those old tyres there are still holding on to the lead. He's got 17 lap old tyres compared to the 3 lap old tyres of Dylan Moskowitz, and still managing to hold on to the lead. But like I said, this is a fuel mileage track, not a tyre wear track.
And according to the way they pronounce it in some of the TeamSpeak chats, Izzy Derpy is blinking badly. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it's Isaiah Dupree in the Drive to End brain cancer number 93 is definitely having connection issues, as he has disappeared about 4 or 5 times just in the past lap. And the drivers are really giving him hell about it. As Whitaker moves to the high side up in front of Tristan Walker as they work their way down the super stretch.
Yeah, as Dylan Moskowitz now going to try and make his way to the front, but no, Mike Whitaker cuts him off, so playing 2 halves off against the middle there, Tony. Mike Whitaker really defending for his life there to try and hold on to that lead.
Well, you're seeing what can happen when 2 trucks work together, and you're definitely seeing what happens on older tires. As Whitaker with 19-lap old tires against the 5-lap old tires, was able to keep it wound up on that high side. Now he's trying to protect that low side. It looks like he's starting to hold up Moskowitz right now, and the Whataburger number 21 starting to get a little bit frustrated.
Absolutely, as he's right on his bumper now, gives him a bit of a shove down the super stretch as they go into turn 3. John Napier right there as well, riding alongside Alex Green and Tristan Walker, hoping to push his way up to P3, and he's getting that push as well with Devin Doss right behind him as they come down towards the tri-oval and the start-finish stretch. Who is going to get the third place? It's going to be Tristan Walker this time round. John Napier is going to be sitting in 4th, and Alex Green rounding out the top 5.
You know, as tight as these guys are running, I'm surprised we've only had one caution for an oops.
Yeah, we've only had 2 retirements as well, so we've got 40 trucks, sorry, still running in this. Tyrone Harris and Shane Neiswanger, the only 2 retirements we've seen so far tonight, so definitely a lot of trucks in it, definitely a lot of trucks in with a chance of getting this win tonight, Tony.
And Napier on the old tires struggling right now as he almost gets into Isaiah Dupree.
Yeah, no, he's not even the oldest man out. Well, Mike Whitaker's not the oldest man out on oldest tyres right now. Shane Norton there in P23, 23 lap old tyres in that number 74 machine.
And I called it during the pacing laps. Alex Green not happy being on the outside. He's begging somebody to let him in down low, and it looks like nobody wants to.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to try the third line there as he's right behind Tristan Walker. Going to give him a slight shove as they go into turn 3, as he's got Isaiah Dupree for company right behind him as well as they go through the 3-4 complex. James McDavid is right there as well, right behind Dupree, as Tanner Costa's still there too, and it looks like Glenn Grimm is there as well. Glenn Grimm, if you remember last week, Tony, had a very difficult duel session, and he's started at the back of the field, and he's already up to P8.
Difficult?
Yeah.
No. Algebra is difficult. Glenn Grimm had a nightmare of a duel.
Yeah. And he's the thing I'm pointing out, though, is that he started at the back of the field tonight, and he's already up to P8.
3 wide into turn number 3.
Yeah, as Tristan Walker's into the wall. Can he save it?
Not.
Almost in the wall. Scrapes the wall as he's going to lose it.
Almost scraped the wall. He was trying to get Alex Green to be able to cool off his engine.
And he's going, oh, someone's going for the trial of the infield. Didn't see who that was. It looks like
Colton Nix.
Colton, yeah. No, not Colton Nix. Pre-pushing him to the front.
Well, Isaiah Dupree already told Alex that if he can get cleared to that inside line, he's out like a scout on a new route, because Isaiah hates that high line just as much as anyone else. It takes a special kind of person to be able to get that outside line to work and actually like running up there. And Isaiah Dupree has already stated in the past he hates being in that second line.
Yeah, and the one person that actually does like running the outside line is actually leading this thing on the inside line. That's Mr. Mike Whitaker. He loves to run that outside line, but still able to hold the inside line there just as well as the outside line, as he's just going to be given this lap right now as they start lap 38 and make their way into turns number 1 and 2.
Well, Whitaker's doing what he has to do to maintain the lead. You know, it's one of those deals where it's the lesser of two evils. Yeah, you might enjoy running the outside line more than you like running the inside line, but you know for a fact that where we are in the race right now, you've got to protect that inside line.
Absolutely, as they are all still bunched together. We've got less than a second between P1 and P16, so throw a blanket over all of those top 16 drivers right now, as there's about a second between those guys. It's that close, Tony.
Well, the only reason there's a second between them is because that's the length of all those trucks packed together.
And because it's Daytona, as Alex Green's got a nose out in front. Sorry to change the subject there, as Alex Green's got a nose out in front, being pushed by Isaiah Dupree. Alex Green actually does look like he has the clear now on Mike Whitaker, but going into the corner, he might not get it, as Yeah, Mike Whittaker's going to get the momentum going through turns 3 and 4. Dylan Moskowitz going to be there pushing them as well as they come out of turn 4, and they are going to be 40 laps into this race now, and that's going to leave us. Oh, as Alex Green almost door bangs Mike Whittaker, and yeah, as you said, Tony, Alex really not enjoying that outside line as he's pinching it down and he's all over the place on that outside.
And give Alex Green that lap by 12 1,000ths of a second at the line.
Yeah.
And there it is. Isaiah Dupree able to get down low, and Green left hanging.
Yeah, that leaves Glenn Grimm on the outside as well, with Devin Doss as well giving him support. But look at that top 3 there. Mike Whittaker, Dylan Moskowitz and Isaiah Dupree. Don't count out.
Here comes John Napier.
Yeah, he's up into P4 as well. Can he drop to the bottom line and help those guys? No, he can't. As here comes Tanner Costa to that inside line to take away.
John just moved up from the inside line.
Oh, did he? Okay. As Alex has just dropped to the bottom.
And leaves John hanging.
Yeah, so John's not going to be happy about that one.
Yeah, with a friend like Alex Green, you don't need a proctologist at this point. Wow.
Or a gynecologist. Anyway.
Thank you, F you, goodbye.
Yeah, as Alex Green now back to the outside line, a couple of car lengths ahead of John Napier. Glenn Grimm jumps up as well, manages to pass John Napier by jumping to the bottom line and then jumping back up again. So good move there for Grimm, as he's now right behind Alex Green, as Moskowitz and Isaiah Dupree have jumped into the high line, have taken the lead away from Mike Whittaker out of nowhere. So great run by the 21 and the 93. They are up to 1 and 2, and Alex Green now fancying his chances on the outside of the 707. So maybe Mike Whittaker's tyres are finally decided to jump off the cliff right there, Tony.
Well, he is 29 laps into his tire run.
Yeah.
So he's got to be fighting it right now. And another one who's probably fighting it is going to be John Napier.
Or Glenn Grimm, he's on 27 lap old tyres.
You're not wrong. Oh, and they touch.
Yeah,
Alex Green gets into it with Dylan Moskowitz. How they kept that straight, I have no idea.
Yeah, but that's helped Alex Green as he's got a nose out in front as they cross the line. That gave him the lead as they go through turns 1 and 2. They're still side by side. Dylan Moskowitz able to collect it up again and still hold on to that inside line at the front of that pack, but he's got a nose out in front again as he's got the 2 best pushers in the league right behind him. Well, allegedly.
And Glenn Grimm scaring the hell out of everybody because he actually pushed Alex Green in the corner.
Yeah, not a wise thing to do, pushing someone in the corner like that. Let's go back to another couple of cars, because everybody's all spread out again. I'm guessing pit stops have just happened, because...
Do what now?
I'm guessing pit stops have just happened because of the...
Nope.
No.
Nope.
It's just a ton of drivers have lost the draft by the looks of things.
Yep.
Yeah, as we're looking back at the second big pack there, that is Kevin Paskowicz that's leading that pack there, and has got Quentin Young to his inside. So 2 separate packs forming in this race. That is Kevin Paskowicz, Ronnie Osmer, Quentin Young, Byron Rodney, and Bradley Ray is there.
And here's something I'd like to point out to everybody.
Yeah.
As I look through the TeamSpeak chat. Everybody that's leading that second group are all in the same TeamSpeak together.
Yeah, so I'm guessing some strategy being played out there in that second pack.
Very much so, as all those guys are running for Phenomenal Motorsports in PH Aware tonight.
Yeah, just see Ronnie Osmer just taking... moving to the front of that pack as Byron Rodney moves to second in that pack. They're all swapping places and just swap drafting at the moment. Quentin Young
and Alex Green to the point.
Oh, so many different races happening. There's Alex Green. Yeah, he's finally got to the bottom line now. So that's going to work in his favour because he loves that bottom line, as you keep saying. So looking to actually try and win this stage now. Now he's got to that his favourite groove as he's moved up a bit. Oh, there it is! Oh dear, here's a big one again.
And that just took out everybody in that lead pack.
Oh no! So get your hate mail coming. That's Sam Cooper Bennett at Cork Island, PO Box OU812. So here comes the second pack. Oh, the second pack are going to get in it. Let's go back and watch that again. Alice Green just getting his line wrong, going through turns 1 and 2. Oh, 3 and 4.
And unfortunately, he lost a little bit of momentum, cutting it back down.
Yeah.
And the 21 was already there.
So our second big one of the night. As we are just coming to the end of stage 2. That's going to promote Glenn Grimm to the point with
the only one to make it. Him and John Napier are the only two to make it through there without pooping themselves.
Yeah, Mike Whitaker's there as well, albeit with a damaged truck. But looks like Tanner Costa and Len McNeese made it through as well without really getting that much damage on their trucks.
Go look at the back of McNeese's Charleston shoe number 84 and tell me that again.
Okay, it looks like Tanner Costa the only truck. Yeah, Tanner Costa the only truck to make it through without any damage apart from John Napier and Glenn Grimm. I did look at Tanner Costa's truck. It has got no damage on that truck.
And Glenn Grimm did catch a piece.
Yeah.
So that means John Napier, the only one to not catch a piece of that melee. Oh no! I just looked at the tailgate on Napier's truck.
I was about to say.
What telephone pole did he back into?
Very big one. As looks like everybody else did the same thing.
Whitaker, Napier, Coster, and Pat McDavid.
As they all bringing down pit road. Let's bring up the pit counter there for your enjoyment there. As to the top left of your screen, you see everybody bringing it down pit side now for their pit stops. Mike Whitaker finally bringing it down pit road after being on those tyres for almost 40 laps, I'm guessing. No? Yeah. Glenn Grimm in his stall already. Mike Whitaker's already in his stall. Glenn Grimm getting out of his stall now, so he's going to win the race off pit road by the looks of things. As it looks like... Who was that just did a pass through?
The 6th.
Yeah.
Who was a lap down.
Yeah, Mike Whitaker actually wins the race off pit road. So Mike Whitaker getting his fast repair done and getting out in front of everybody else. So good on him. He makes it out first. Glenn Grimm out second. John Napier out third. Tanner Costa fourth. Len McNeese gets out in fifth. And I'm guessing he's used his fast repair as well.
John Napier used his. Glenn Grimm used his. So
Chad Witt there in the number 77. Tony Rice up to P7, so good on him. Zach White in 8th. Ronnie Osmer up to the up into the top 10 now, so watch for him to make his way through. And he started from pit road, just remember, folks.
And if you are playing the at-home drinking game, that's shot number 3.
Uh-huh. I don't get it.
Oh, that's right. You haven't been here recently, Sam.
No.
The at-home drinking game. You take a shot for every caution that comes out, or if you're brave, you take a shot for every vehicle that's involved in said caution.
So we've had 2 big ones involving multiple cars, so you're going to be absolutely climbing the walls right now.
If you are playing the at-home drinking game, the safe bet is to just take your second or third shot now.
Yeah. As in right now. So who do you want to jinx this time, Tony?
Well, we are going to reach out to the man who actually caused that melee, Mr. Alex Green in the Buffalo Wild Wings number 30.
Yes,
Alex, What happened?
So, I got an awesome push from the 12. Glenn Grimm gave me an awesome shove on that outside line. I got in the inside, and I just came to the, I jumped down, and basically car didn't like the inside line as well as I thought I was going to like it. And I came up just a little bit, and Dylan got his nose in there, and I just chopped his nose off.
All right, so for those of you who are new to iRacing, remember that you can adjust that distance that your spotter calls clear with your INI files.
It happened so quick, my spotter didn't even have time to call it.
Fair enough.
It was a bonehead move on my part, and I already went up and apologized to Dylan, Isaiah, and everybody, just hoping to work my way back up 12 spots, get that lead again.
Well, Alex, congratulations on Sam wanting to finish you tonight.
Oh,
Announcer's curse.
No.
Congratulations, you're the second victim tonight.
Thanks.
Sorry.
No, you're still
we'll
in.
talk to you after the race, Alex.
To be fair, though, you are still in the top 15, so you still can do something from here still. Yeah.
Well, we just saw from Mike Whitaker that you can go 40 laps on the tires.
Yeah. We'll see.
Good luck as the lights go out on the pace car.
Thank you, sir.
So yeah, that's going to be more hate mail coming to my doorstep tomorrow.
You should be used to it by now.
Oh, I am really. I really am.
So, would like to remind everybody you are watching a presentation of the Pasky Sports Cardiac Truck Series, Season 2 opener here at Daytona. This race being powered by XS Sim Gear for all your sim peripheral needs at a price that the average working person can afford. You can check them out on their Facebook page, the letter X, the letter S, Sim Gear. And we would like to say again hello to our friends at Prestige Vapory. If you are in the greater San Antonio Metroplex, for all your vaping needs, you need to check out Prestige. I know for a fact there are at least 3 drivers in this field that drive past a minimum of 2 other vape shops just to go to Prestige, because the people there will treat you right, and they're there to help, not just take your money.
As Tony, let's get him going again, shall we?
Whitaker, in control of the field, finally has 4 Mr. Feelgoods on that truck. Going to see what the world's fastest hippie can do tonight. And pace cars in, and we are back underway for the Season 2 opener here at Daytona.
I believe this is the beginning of Stage 3 as well, so Mike Whitaker is there in the lead. John Napier jumping up to 2nd now, and I believe that is Len McNeese in 3rd place, and Tony Rice into 4th, so...
And look who's on the outside.
That's Mr. Ronnie Osborne. I told you he's going to be coming through the field as he's got to get alongside Len McNeese. He's being pushed by Zach White. Alongside John Napier, he's going to be alongside Mike Whitaker. Look at this push to the front by Ronnie Osborne as he gets a nose out in front. He gets a car length out in front, and they both drop down to the front.
That was almost too close.
Absolutely, from the pit lane to the penthouse, Mr. Ronnie Osborne is your new leader here at Daytona.
That entire outside line checked up on the start, and there was almost another melee because of it.
Yeah, that was very, very close. As looking back for the field, look who else is in the top 6. That looks like Mr. Kevin Paskowitz coming through the field as well.
So, Karen, if Kevin dies tonight, you can blame Sam as the yellow flag comes out again. And Glenn Grimm catching a piece of that one. Shane Norton and Brad Ray.
Now let's go back and watch that as we do see Ronnie Osborne going across the line there, as we're going to take a look at what happened to Glenn Grimm. Not such a big one this time, but still a big enough incident to cause a caution. As... Oh! The 128, that is Mr. Brad Ray flipping his truck through turn 1, Tony. So I'm going to do a... I've got a vomit cam on Bradley race truck. I'm going to go back and watch that.
And right now, everybody is livid with Glenn Grimm right now.
Oh, wow. So I'm guessing... Yeah. As we go back to our current leader, Mr. Ronnie Osmer. Great run at that restart to get himself to the point there, Tony. Started off in pit road and he's already up to the lead pack. It took him half the race to do it, but he's definitely there. Definitely showing why he's the championship current champion. Well, defending champion.
Well, Sam, I'm going back and taking a look at what happened on that restart, and Glenn Grimm just could not get that 12 truck going, and stacked up the entire outside line. And there are a lot of unhappy drivers that you know, are just, how should I put this?
Slightly displeased.
They'd have to calm down to only be slightly displeased. They're borderline.
You can say it.
I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. Borderline homicidal right now.
So we'll just stick to extremely pissed off then.
Yeah, they are borderline homicidal. As in one lap, Glenn Grimm went from the front row to, you know, being involved in that accident in the last. That was the last row of the truck still running.
Absolutely. As we do have a new leader as well. Zach White staying out. Kevin Paskwich staying out. And Tony Royce staying out. Sean Weaver staying out. Tristan Walker staying out. Hoot Baker staying out. He's in the top 6. Tanner Costa staying out. A lot of people staying out, and a lot. It's like split the field in half. As half the field have pitted and the other half have stayed out. But good to see Paskwich up there. So again, get your hate mail coming. This is Sam Cooper Bennett at Cork. Cork Island, PO Box OU812. Or what's the other one you say? 5150 is it? Or
5150.
We'll reserve that one for you.
So, now for those of you who don't get the joke there, and I don't think very many people do, would anybody, you know, I'm going to put this out there. Can anyone in the chat figure out what one of my favorite bands of all time is?
5150. Oh, you've told me about this band before, yeah. I know. Yeah, let's go to the chat. Let's interact with them for a bit while we're under caution.
So, yeah, if anybody in the chat wants to answer that little trivia question, there's a free paint job in it. So all you have to do is be the first one to answer the question with the 2 P.O. boxes that we say that you can send your hate mail to. Anybody want to guess who one of my favorite bands of all time is?
I think you definitely told me this already, haven't you?
Well, but if you come on, Sam, you know your music.
Yeah, I know. We're still watching the guys. We had this kind of competition last time out, and someone got it. That was Brad Ray that got
That was during the duels.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I hid a message in my desktop background. Lonnie Barrington, you just won yourself a free paint scheme and Turtle Tax. Not only no, but hell no. Not only hell no, but oh hell no. And Mariah, you're close. You're close. But if you take a look at the list of top 5 bands of all time, of my personal favorites, Lonnie got the answer right of who, where. Chris Bouchard, you're an ass.
Anyway.
No, Lonnie got the question right. OU812 and 5150 are 2 albums by Van Halen. And if you really want to get technical, they're from Van Hagar. For those of you who,
Anyway.
depending on how you view the whole split between Roth and the band, and then what happened later, and so
lights are off on the pace car.
lights are out on the pace car. Zach White, Kevin Pasquich up on the front row. Tony White, Sean Weaver, Tristan Walker, Hoot Baker, Robert Payne, Tanner Coster, Chad Witt, and Cody Ober rounding out your top 10.
So definitely a different top 10 than it was before as we're waiting for the pace car to peel off. Zach White is the man at the point. Kevin Pasquich is on the outside line on that front row. So definitely a different look to this pack as the pace car peels off. We're going to get them going again. Green flag is out. And away we go again. Lap 57 is about to begin. And we're under green one more time, Tony.
And Pasquich gets a better jump. It's a drag race into turn number 1. Looks like Pasquich not having a complete clear yet. Gonna need to get a shove from Tristan Walker. No, I'm sorry, that's Sean Weaver in the 37.
Yeah.
As Tony Rice all over the back bumper right now, Zach White. The question is Rice going to try to move up and go around with Pasquich there?
Well, Pasquich, we know, is a very good pusher, and he definitely knows how to push someone to the lead. But we're 3 wide back in the field. That is Alex Green in the middle of it. Not sure if he wants to be there as Chad Witt tries the outside line. Going through the tri-oval. Alex Green almost gets into him. That's Cody Ober to his inside and backs out of it, thankfully. Wow, that was interesting.
According to the one of the spotter packs, 3 wide, you're the meat. That's the most terrifying phrase in all of racing. 3 wide, you're the meat.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't get the joke, you're the meat in the sandwich. And that's not the place you want to be anywhere, let alone in a super speedway doing 197 miles an hour.
Absolutely not, as Alex Green is still racing there. He's into the top 10 now, so good restart there by the number 30. Let's go back to our leaders as Kevin Pasquich has regained some of that momentum and has now got Sean Weaver pushing the living daylights out of him. So definitely got a better run this time round as he's got nobody else helping him, as now Tanner Costa comes to the outside to give him a hand, but still not enough help to get him to the front there, Tony. There goes the 32 of Hoot Baker.
Baker going around.
Oh no.
Okay, quickly tell me what you think you had there.
Oh,
Good grief.
as that was Byron Rodney in that as well. Let's go back to Hoot Baker. He was the man that was the start of that. Where is he?
Yeah, the 32 just clobbered Ronnie Osmer.
Yeah, went through the grass, tried to get it going again, went up the track and just, wow, yeah.
Bob Lacavara hand grenading an engine, trying to limp it back to the pits.
Wow. So another one of the big ones happening here tonight. So definitely a lot of wrecks involved in this racing, as yeah, definitely very contentious race here tonight, Tony, as we're under caution number 5 now.
All right, so if you're still able to see straight, you can go ahead and pour another shot, folks. And Ronnie Osmer hand grenades his engine.
So after everything I was saying, like Ronnie Osmer getting a great run to the front, fell back through the pack after that pit stop, but unable to avoid Hoot Baker coming back up the track. Not sure what if Hoot Baker had full control of that car, that truck, as he was sliding through the grass. I wonder if he should have maybe, I don't know.
He was still trying to save it when he slid up the track, and unfortunately got into the side of the ride to give number 55 of Ronnie Osmer. We're talking to Osmer right now as his team's struggling to get a new engine in that truck. Ronnie, are you guys gonna be able to get it fixed?
Yeah, it's just I would have made it through the wreck, but I didn't see Brad. I didn't see him through the smoke, parked through the smoke, so I ended up running into him. And that what caused my engine to blow. But I thought I was gonna make it pit road, stopped and towed the exit of 4, and it took apparently with a 2-minute tow. So get to fast repair. I'm only gonna be 1 lap down, hopefully. So let's hope for the best.
Well, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
So past midway in this track, well, we're actually 40 laps to go in this race. We've had 3 big ones happen here tonight as Mark Mitchell stayed out on track. And looks like Kevin Paskwich winning the race off pit road by a huge margin.
Kevin Paskwich winning the race off pit road. And joining us in the booth right now, unable to make the start tonight, but here in spirit, Mr. Chris Bouchard, who we saw just put up a dominating performance last night at Kansas in the IndyCar.
How are you guys doing?
Well, a lot better than some of the drivers out there.
Yeah, not a lot of happy drivers out there.
Yeah, everybody.
That's one way to put it.
It's putting it mildly, yeah. Yeah, Chris, just want to touch on last night's race. Brilliant performance in the IndyCars. Unfortunately, due to illness, I was not able to make it, but definitely getting a lot of momentum going into the next race next Sunday.
Yeah, I'm certainly looking forward to this next race, these next few races. Friday night in the Xfinity Series with this series, it's at Saturday night for the Cup Series. I'm looking forward to getting back in those things and going for the win.
Well, tonight, give us your thoughts on what you've seen so far, as we're currently working lap 62 of 100 here.
From what I've seen, I think a lot of people have been too aggressive too early. You can see that with the frustration of all the drivers, but some of these guys are making it 3 wide, making risks with over 50 laps to go and stuff like that. And it gets frustrating as a driver having all these cautions and having the race go longer. All these guys want to race green flag laps, not chase around.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the pacing laps around here are way, way longer than any other track that we usually go to. I mean, what, 2-minute laps pacing? So they don't really want to be sitting there doing that all night. They want to actually get onto a nice green flag run as this race progresses.
Yeah, the one thing though that is really nice about these laps is if one driver needs to use the bathroom, you will not lose a lap. So it's really nice to have a 2-minute pace lap if you need to go use the bathroom.
And what were you going to say about Mark Mitchell, Tony?
He didn't know he had damage.
Oh no.
So he's finally going down pit road. That's going to hand the lead of the race over to Kevin Paskwich.
So definitely going to work in Paskowicz's favour as we're going to come to the restart. One of the early front runners in the race was Dylan Moskowitz. Obviously, he was involved in the first big one. Am I correct? Or the second one? The second one.
Second.
So he's making his way back for the field. He's already back in the top 10. Devin Doss, another one of the previous front runners, he is mired back in the field, back in 17th place. So everybody trying to get back to the front as quickly as possible, as it looks like Joe Morganti's behind the wall. Greg Napier's
Mark Mitchell is just like kids.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't realise he had the damage. Finally got the fast repair, and he's actually coming back out of pit road now. He's out of pit road already. Yeah, I wasn't
So Ronnie Osmer back out, Mike Whitaker back out. Both of those guys 1 lap down. Robert Payne 1 lap down. Byron Rodney 2 laps down. Brad Ray 2 laps down. Cody Ober 2 laps down. Dominic Byrne 2 laps down. As the field works its way down the super stretch, and you know, Paskwich is going to have control of the field, so look for him to not really get a jump per se, because he does know how the drafts work here. You know, he's
a bit of a specialist on this super speedways. So we're waiting for the pace car to peel off, and there it goes. And green flag is out, and Paskwich goes immediately, and is being pushed by Zach White straight away as he.
Tristan Walker spun the tires.
Yeah, and that's stacked up the outside line as Paskwich gets away easily. White gets away easily, and looks like Tony Rice is going to slot into 3rd place as well. Tristan Walker's going to lose 3 spots from that melee, as here comes Tanner Costa as well.
He's going to lose a 4th, possibly a 5th, before he can slot back in and get some help.
There's Sean Weaver there on his inside, and there is the 91. In fact, Quentin Young as well, another name heard from. Not really spoken much about Quentin Young in this race so far, as he tries the inside line on Sean Weaver and gets the position away from the 37. It looks like Tony Rice is about to get freight trained as well, as he's stuck on the outside too. And
this is what I was talking about earlier, is you need to find somebody you can, quote, dance with, and you know, if you can get 2 trucks that are working together well, like White and Paskwich seem to be right now.
Freight train falling to the back as Dylan Moskowitz gets around him. There is the 84 of Len McNeese going around him too. So the outside line not working at this point, as Kevin Paskwich still holds on to the lead. To try and get up to him and help him maybe. Remember, Alex Green and Quentin Young are teammates?
Unofficially.
Yeah.
Quentin hasn't really committed to Phenomenal Motorsports, but he is a known associate, and as they say in the motorcycle world, he's a friend of ours.
Yeah.
With air quotes.
As they're all getting stacked up now, not really able to find an inside or outside line, as here comes Quentin Young to the outside of Zach White now, leaning on him slightly, as no, they ran again. Quentin Young gets into the side of him, and Zach White is around. Looks like Tristan Walker's in it. Oh, more shenanigans after there as Cody Over is in a wreck as well. It looks like the 86 of Colton Hicks losing the back end of the car after the fact, and then taking out Cody Ober. Let's go back and watch the replay between White and Young. That looks like Young was pinching down slightly, and that's what caused the caution.
Well, what ended up happening was KP went to start to move up to throw the block.
Yeah.
And the 2 went with him.
Yeah, and then after that, we had Colton Hicks losing the back end, trying to slow the thing down, and he just wiped out Cody Ober and added more insult to injury to Quentin Young. And Quentin Young has had to tow that machine now after the 2nd hit. So Kevin Paskwich at the point, Tanner Costa 2nd, Dylan Moskowitz already up to 3rd place, Tony, and Alice Green there too. Tony Rice still holding on to 4th. Sean Weaver. Oh, yeah. Alex Green is in 4th. Tony Rice is in 5th. Sean Weaver 6th. Chad Witt up to 7th. Devon Doss is in 8th. Brandon Stokes is there in 9th in that Soda Fix machine. 10th is Len McNeese. 11th is Jeffrey Meyer. Or Meyer? Meyer or Meyer? I don't know. 12th is Zach White, but he's got to get some damage fixed. And Johnny Antonucci 13th. 14th is Michael Miller. 15th is Matthew Kleinschmidt. 16th is Bradley Allison, but he was involved in that, I believe. Colton Hicks is 17th and is just coming out of pit road now. Quentin Young is in pit road with damage. Mark Mitchell in pit road with damage. Ronnie Osmer out on track, but he's a lap down. Tristan Walker now 2 laps down. Brent Elmore there is 2 laps down. Hoot Baker on pit road 2 laps down. Cody Ober on pit road 2 laps down. Dominic Byrne out on track, but he is also 2 laps down. So a lot of damaged trucks there on pit road there, Tony.
There's a lot of damaged trucks on pit road, and I don't mean to be laughing. That's a serious situation like that. But apparently, Roddy Osmer had a first you say it, then you do it kind of moment. And Hoot Baker threw the bottom portion of his uniform at Ronnie's truck and said, "These are used, not new."
As we do have
some of these guys are able to see the levity in the situation. You know, unfortunately, I am probably going to have a talk with. I'm going to have a talk with league management, because there's a couple drivers that if they stay in this league, I'm not ever coming back as a broadcaster. Right. Just because of some of the stuff some of the actions I've seen, some of the comments that I've heard come out of those drivers' mouths.
Kind of makes you glad that we don't put the voice chat on the live broadcast, right?
Well, let me just say it like this: if it was a real race, that drivers would have a torque wrench wrapped around their skulls. And this kind of goes back to something you and I were talking about earlier in Facebook, Chris. But you know, I can understand that, you know, drivers get into it, but you know, as a guy that works on a car, you know, if somebody goes after my driver, they're not getting to him. I'll clothesline a son of a bitch before I let anybody put their hands on my driver.
Clothesline from hell.
I'm not trying to get off topic or anything, but I was riding with Ronnie Osmer through that wreck, and he
did some poo come out on your end?
He did one hell of a job on missing that wreck.
So who do you want to jinx this time, Tony?
Good evening, gentlemen.
I didn't even have to drag him in here. He dragged himself in. So jinxing himself, Mr. John Napier, as a pantsless Hoot Baker also joining us.
Gentlemen, hello.
Hoot, if you look in the closet by the door you just walked in, you can borrow my spare kilt. Please put something on.
Hey, I'm doing fine over here, sir. I'm eating tacos. Ain't nothing dripping. You know, we're sitting here.
I've already been told that you've thrown your your used pants at Ronnie Osmer, because he had some poo has come out incident.
Yes, he changed the flavor of his seat.
Chocolate pudding?
I just figured I had a few minutes to go out and eat a taco and get on the headset with you guys. Sitting down here with about 31 minutes left to repair, so that last one pretty much did me in. But we're still sitting down there. We'll hang out.
No, don't get me wrong. I've broadcast some races where there have been some dumb mother fathers in the race. But there are a couple of people that I've heard go on voice chat tonight in the sim that just make me want to just, go into the pit area of a virtual race and, tie their legs together, take them to the Brooklyn Bridge and use them as a giant clacker ball.
Anyway, the lights are off on the pace car. We're on to green now as we're 30 laps remaining in this race. Kevin Pasky is out in the lead. Tyler Costa is second. Dylan Moskowitz sitting in third. Fourth is Alex Green. So the usual runners in the top 10 are just back all there together from when we started the race, pretty much.
If you guys want, if somebody wants to bundle up some bad luck for me and give me a little bit more, I guess I'll take it.
Defending champion Ronnie Osmer back on the lead lap at 12.
Yeah, so we've got
Osmer on the lead lap is dangerous for everyone else wanting to get a top 5 finish.
Well, he's already proven tonight why he's the reigning champion. I mean, starting from pit road and making his way to the front, that is an achievement in itself. So kudos to the 55 man, as the guys are just coming out of turn 4, waiting for the pace car to peel off, as we're going to get them going again with 29 laps remaining in round 1 of the Pasky's Cardiac Truck Series. Pace cars off as we're waiting for Pasky to get them going again, as we are underway one more time here at Daytona. I nearly call it Talladega, don't know why. Moskowitz up to second already as Tanner Costa.
Because plate track.
Yeah. Tanner Costa spins.
All right, Marty.
Spins the tyres on the restart. As Alex Green is on the attack now as well, as he jumps to the inside to help Moskowitz and Pasky.
And, Chris Bouchard just brought up a really good point.
Back towards Ronnie, 3 wide.
Chris Bouchard just brought up a really good point in the in-sim chat. We probably have more people in this booth right now than there are clean trucks on the track.
You're not wrong. It is. As Pasky still leading this thing as they make their way through the tri-oval to complete lap 72 of 100. He is joined at the front by Dylan Moskowitz, who's right behind him. Alex Green is in third. Tony Rice trying to make his way into fourth place. He's side by side with Tanner Costa right now as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Everybody all bunched up again, and everybody bumping and banging to try and make their way forward.
These guys are bumping and banging, and they're treating it like it's the last lap already, and we're still 27, 28 to go. The one thing that I would like to point out under that last little fracas that we had, it was one of those deals where 2 guys were running side by side, and it was a situational awareness kind of deal where Pasky moved up slightly to try to kill momentum off of Quentin Young, and unfortunately the 2 didn't really realize that there was a truck there. So he went to go stay in the draft of the 7, and unfortunately the 2 trucks had a meeting of the minds, and we're 3 wide as we go down the super stretch.
Yeah, and that's Ronnie Osmer making his way through the middle. That is Tony Rice on his inside. That is Chad Witt on his outside. Ronnie Osmer wants to make it to the front, and he makes it. Oh no! Disaster for Ronnie Osmer.
There goes the rest of the field.
So Ronnie Osmer losing patience there, trying to make it 3 wide for the field, and he just gets it all wrong.
Sam, I don't know what happened there.
Trying to force his way to the front in the middle of the pack, and he just lost the back end of the car.
Well, let's see what the chopper picked up, Sam.
Absolutely. Let's go to the...
I was looking at the chopper, and he just went sideways. I'm going to say that was netcode.
Yeah, I don't have a chopper cam on this,
Okay, let's see what the blimp picked up then.
I don't even have a blimp on here.
What good is that camera pack then?
It's a Fox camera pack, need I say more?
As I said, what good is it then?
Not very. Let's go.
It's one of the reasons why I never use it.
Let's go to that one, that one, that one. No. Where is he? Just gonna go back and find that now, if I can find him.
Oh, that's what happened. The 17 tried to jump down and actually got into Osmer.
Yeah, I saw it there. There it is. Sean Weaver trying to jump down. Osmer in it. Rice is in it. Green is in it. White is in it again. Mike Whitaker's in it. Tristan Walker's in it again. Looks like Dominic Burns in it again.
Cody Over catching a piece of it.
Yeah. So a lot of these guys been in the wars again. Byron Rodney's in it again as well. So a lot of people in serious trouble here tonight. As one man who's not minding all of this is Mr. Kevin Paskowicz. He's still out there in front. So if this could go caution, if we could have a caution every single lap, Kevin Paskowicz would be very happy. As we're 25 laps to go before the end of round 1. Kevin Paskowicz is currently in the lead. Dylan Moskowitz is second. Chad Witt up to third. Devin Doss back up to fourth place after starting on the pole tonight. Fifth and rounding out the top 5 is Sean Weaver. Tony Rice, despite going off, is in P6. 7th is Michael Miller. 8th is Matthew Kleinschmidt. 9th is Alex Green, despite going off as well. And Quentin Young back up into the top 10 as well, despite... No, he's used a fast repair. He's got a clean car, truck. So, not many cars left out on track, guys. Not many trucks, sorry. We started with 42. And yeah, 25 laps to go, guys. This is going to be a stupid question, but can we see this going caution free?
We just had 11 trucks.
Do not see it.
11 trucks involved in that one.
The 11th truck has left the session.
Wow. So we're down to 31 left in the sim?
So 31, but the problem is well over half of those are still towing and pit farming the trucks, because you've got Dustin Stalewski has he's been in pit for 24 minutes now. Glenn Grimm has been in for 30 minutes now, and Greg Napier has been in for 40 minutes now. They're still in the session, but they're still technically not running anymore. So that would put us at 14. There's 14. John Napier's 22 minutes in. Bob Acavara's 23 minutes in. James McDavid is 23 minutes in. So add another 6 to the 11. So we're at 17 trucks down.
Yeah. And
then add Hoot Baker, who's 14 minutes into a tow. So that leaves us 18 trucks out of the event. And Wayne Carroll Jr. Looks like he is pit farming, and Robert Payne is currently towing. So we might be down to about half a field right now.
Yeah, Brent.
I've got 3 minutes left, so I'm not coming back.
I just counted cars on track right now, and we have 19.
We have how many?
On 19.
So
on the track. I didn't count any winners.
So a lot of cars missing off track there. I just noticed Brent Elmore has just come out on track. He's been in pit road for over a minute and a half himself. So still cars that are running have been pit farming. I mean, Tristan Walker's been pit farming. Colton X has been pit farming. Ronnie Osmer is back out on track again, albeit a lap down. He's been in pit road for 3 minutes. Quentin Young has been pit farming as well. He is still on the lead lap, but he's going slowly around the tri-oval. What's going on there? Oh, has he got any OL for getting the lucky dog, maybe?
Who?
Quentin Young.
No. No, the 83 just 86 just hand grenaded his transmission.
Ouch. As Tony, we are 2x2 again, so get us going again, dude.
I'm just. I just shaking my head at this one. How many cautions are we under so far, Sam?
7. So 7 shots.
All right. So hopefully nobody's got to work tomorrow because it's going to be Hangover City. 7 shots, and your leader is the number 7, Kevin Paskowicz. Dylan Moskowitz starting outside front row. They're going to have Devin Doss and Chad Witt starting behind them. So Witt, we haven't really seen up towards the front yet, so it's going to be interesting to see how that number 77 can push.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him pushing before, and it seems to have worked out okay for him. So look for him to do a bit more pushing here tonight and see if he can push Kevin Paskowicz to the win as we're green. And Kevin Paskowicz gets off to a decent start. Moskowitz gets off to a decent start. So the top 4 getting off to a decent restart, but the guys behind him spinning the tyres slightly. That would be Tony Rice and Sean Weaver. Devin Doss back to the top 4 again. Oh! Tony Rice pushing. That looks like Sean Weaver off the track. No, that's not Sean Weaver. Who did he push off the track?
We got a fight for the lead.
We do. That is, well, Kevin Paskowicz is just dropping back now as
that was Kleinschmidt in the 05.
Oh wow. So Dylan Moskowitz back to the point now. Devin Doss up to 2nd after doing a bit of pushing work, and Kevin Paskowicz dropping to 3rd now. He's going to have to rely on Chad Witt to maybe try and push him up to the high line, or if he can get to the front of, I believe that is Michael Miller that's coming through the outside. If he can hook up with him, hopefully he can get to the front with a push from the number 90, but the 90's coming too fast, and here comes Paskowicz to the outside now. He's got Michael Miller gonna push him now, and Alex Green is there too to the outside. So we're gonna go 2 by 2 again as they make their way down the backstretch. Here comes Devin Doss to the outside now. He wants to go to the front as they're all shuffling around as we're going to be 20 laps to go when they come to the line, Tony.
I think Tony has gone to use the bathroom or something.
Oh, fair enough then.
And we are still side by side for the lead.
Yeah, there is Devin Doss trying to get pushed to the outside by Kevin Paskowicz. Devin Doss going to try and work his way to the front where he started off this event. Obviously caught up in the second big one, so he had to fall back quite a bit. But the people that started on the front row, 1st and 2nd right now, as Devin Doss has got a nose out in front. Dylan Moskowitz is in 2nd.
Sorry about that, Sam. I had to step away for a second because there was some hissing and moaning going on the track, as the 2 is apparently still not happy with the 91, as Quentin Young and Ronnie Osmer starting to work together as they have caught that lead pack right now. And we've
got 3 wide for 2nd.
3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide for 2nd. That is Doss in the middle. Kevin Paskowicz trying to make a 3 wide as we're coming to the end stages of this race. Less than 20 laps to go.
And here comes Young up the middle.
Oh, we've seen this end badly twice before. Can he actually make it work this time as they make their way to turn 3? Oh, Paskowicz in the wall. So Paskowicz he keeps it going, but he's going to lose a ton of momentum as Dylan Moskowitz still out in front. But here comes Quentin Young racing very aggressively to make his way to the front, but we are under 20 laps to go. We're 18 laps to go to be precise, as he is on the outside now and he's worked his way forward. He is up to 2nd kind of, because Chad Witt is trying to fight him to stay in 2nd. Making their way onto the backstretch there as Witt has the momentum, but Quentin Young still able to hang with him on that outside line.
And they're 3 wide back in the pack as well.
And if the caution comes out right now, Ronnie Osmer is in the free pass position.
Yeah.
I see this ending poorly for everybody involved.
Yeah, it's Quentin Young leaning on Sean Weaver. He did that before and that ended poorly, so you can't really be doing that too much, Quentin, as Chad Witt just pinching up slightly as he saw Quentin Young coming to his outside as they moved their way onto the super stretch. Quentin Young currently being pushed by Devin Doss, and Byron Rodney's there as well. Byron Rodney is 2 laps down, so... Is he 2 laps down? Yeah, he is.
Yes.
So Byron Rodney and Ronnie Osmer making their way for the pack. Rodney 2 laps down, Osmer 1 lap down. Ronnie Osmer obviously in that lucky dog spot, so maybe he's going to try and win it back the hard way, because if he knows there's a wreck behind him, if he gets to the point, then he doesn't need a wave round, he just needs to make his way back around the track.
Well, I've stopped trying to figure out what's about to happen, because every time I think something's going to happen, it's just the opposite does. As they're still trying to rack up here towards the front.
Oh, that was Johnny Antonucci they just passed there.
He lost an inch and it turned 2.
I thought I saw smoke.
Yeah, I thought I saw smoke as well.
That's the explanation for it.
Oh, there it is. Witt got into the side of Quentin Young. Lost it a bit, but they keep it going, so no momentum lost.
Coming up to a lot of lap traffic. Smartly, he pulls off the inside on the apron.
Which is...
Oh, come on. That would have been a perfect Kevin LePage moment.
Don't worry, they have 2 more on this straightaway.
As here we are, we're 3 wide for the lead. As
what could go wrong here?
Devin Doss picks the outside line. Quentin Young's in the middle.
Nothing except everything, Tony.
Yeah, as Devin Doss loses momentum on that outside line, and we're back 2 by 2 again. As no, 3 wide as Ronnie Osmer's in the middle again. Let's try. Oh, there it is. There it is. And no caution as everybody crashed in the infield. Ah, there it is.
And there's...
And Doss gets killed.
Jesus, tap dancing.
So that's 8 shots now, Tony, if you're keeping count.
What really surprised me about all of these wrecks is the fact that no one has used their brakes.
Well, keep an eye on the 31 because, you know, he's extremely pissed at somebody, shouting, "Don't come back on the effing track." Man, I'm trying to see who it is that he's less than pleased with.
It was the 42.
Well, let's go. I'm going to go see if I can find Devin Doss and see what's going on there.
Tony, do you want to see the wreck back from Dominic Burns' point of view? Because
no. Actually, I'm gonna go look and see what Alex Green saw. How much poo just came out of him?
A bucket load, I can imagine. But
oh, that wasn't that bad.
At this point, I'm not sure Alex has any left to come out.
He's not wrong.
From Alex's point of view, it looked like the sea just parted ways.
Yeah, that was actually. That
was a red.
Yeah, go take a look at it from Alex's in-car helmet cam, and then go take a look at it from the vomit cam on Dom's truck.
Will do.
Oh, good grief. I just...
So here we are watching Alex Green making his way through turns 3 and 4. The guys are there right in front of him as they look for the outside line to get it all wrong there. Ronnie Osmond getting it all wrong. Devin Doss going for crashing to the inside. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Tony, I think it's safe to say after this race that the middle one is probably the most important one, the brake.
And Sam, you just lost the stream.
Because you're both in Ireland.
Well, I've got to stick up for my Irish brother, you know what I mean? Irish stick together.
You can see it on
Yeah,
the
but
replay.
you're not Irish, you're Welsh.
I'm not Welsh. Don't insult me like that.
If you watch from Dominic's point of view, you can see the big oh shit moment when the 24 is like 3 car lengths in front of him. He slams on the brakes, but it was way too late for him.
Yeah.
Tony, if he was Welsh, he would say nothing instead of nothing.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
Well, at least he's not from Blackpool.
That's true.
Get your hate mail coming, folks.
Yeah, you're going to get a lot of hate mail from Blackpool now. They're going to kidnap you from America and throw you off the Blackpool Tower.
Threaten me with a good time.
However, I do want to point out that this caution puts KP back in the race.
It does.
I think. Why is KP dropping back?
KP fell back because he hit the outside wall and lost all of his momentum.
No, he's dropping back right now.
No, he's not. You're not live.
He's in P8 right now. That's Byron Rodney you're watching. Byron Rodney's in a similar coloured truck.
KP's in the 7, not the 75 with student driver on the tail.
Yeah, I know. He was up in 3rd and he dropped back to 8th. I didn't understand why.
Because he passed a couple of trucks under caution?
But yeah, Kevin Paskowitz definitely back into it, and it looks like he's used his fast repair now after that caution. So Kevin Paskowitz with a fully powered truck again, as we are going to be, I'm guessing, 9 laps to go when they take the green, because we're going to be seeing the lights go off on the pace car this time round.
We should be seeing the lights go out on the pace car this time.
Someone answer me this: why is there a roof on the track?
Because Alex Green set the session up. and unfortunately, iRacing has not seen fit to give us the pace truck.
Yeah,
for
the mud truck
series.
Yeah.
So Nimcross, if you're listening, can we please have the truck for pavement, please?
Pretty please.
Well,
This
being
caution
official,
also
Nim
put
has
Ronnie
nothing to do
Osborne
with that,
back
does he?
on the lead lap.
Yeah, why not?
As the lights are off on the pace car, they are 2 by 2 as we're 10 laps to go. We're going to be 9 laps to go when we take the green again. We've only got how many cars? We've only got 11 cars left on the lead lap. 11 trucks are left on the lead laps as Ronnie Osmer got his lucky dog and is now falling to the tail of the field. Still got that rear end damage from that wreck he was in on that last caution. So actually no, how did Ronnie Osmer get around? Because he was in the caution, so he shouldn't have got a lucky dog.
He did get the lucky dog.
Oh wow!
I don't know how, but he did.
Okay, somebody really, somebody up there is really smiling on him at this point as they're making their way down the super stretch. Hopefully, for the last time in this race, under caution. Quentin Young is at the. Quentin Young
We also have to remember that under 5 laps to go, there are no green white checkers. So once we get into that 5 lap to go window, the race is over the next flag.
Right. And Quentin Young not pitting that time, Dylan Moskowitz not pitting, Alex Green not pitting, like Matt Kleinschmidt, Chad Witt, and Jeff Mayer not pitting. And Quentin Young taking the outside line as they work their way through the 3-4 complex. Pace car getting ready to duck on in.
And there we go, we're under green again, 9 laps to go. Watch for Kevin Paskowitz in the background. He is on the freshest tyres out there as already is making his way up through the field as Quentin Young gets off to a decent start. Alex Green forcing his way up into 2nd place, and what a restart there by the number 30.
And with any luck, the 21 has learned.
Learned what?
If anything, the 21 has learned what not to do when driving behind the number 30 truck. As here comes Paskowicz on the inside as well.
Yeah, and that's the 05 of Matthew Kleinschmidt there as well. Kleinschmidt also on old tyres, but watch for the man on the freshest tyres in that little pack there. That's Kevin Paskowicz on the inside, right behind Dylan Moskowitz, trying to maybe work his way forward as we are now 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Quentin Young is currently a leader. Alex Green is second. Kleinschmidt showing as third. Dylan Moskowitz fourth. Jeffrey Meyer is in fifth. And no, Kevin Paskowicz moves up to fifth as well. So still close racing, even in the closing stages of this race. As Alex Green's going to try and make it 3 wide, almost.
No, he got shoved out of line.
Yeah, Moskowitz got nudged there as well.
Here comes Ronnie Osmer on the outside. 4th car in line on the outside.
Yeah, we're watching him there as reigning champion Ronnie Osmer really wants to start his title defense off with a win here tonight. Already up to P7 as Kevin Paskowicz has dropped to 9th, has lost a bit of momentum there on that inside line. That was because of the incident involving Green and Paskowicz, Green and Moskowitz, that's the one. As Kleinschmidt's at the front now.
Kleinschmidt had a nose out front as they went through the 1-2 complex, and it's only a matter of time before Young. And there's the shove from Green, right there with him. They're going to get that inside line starting to work again. You know, the biggest question is, can Mayer out-push Green? That's going to be the deciding factor of which line's going to take it.
Yes. Oh, Moskowitz getting pushed down to the apron there. As we're going to be, almost 3 wide as Ronnie Osmer somehow gets by on the outside of Moskowitz and Paskowicz. So Osmer already up to P6 as give that lap to Quentin Young by a nose. Tanner Costa's still there as well in the top 5. So he's been there the whole night and he's not really been spoken much about tonight.
Well, he's kind of tried to keep his nose clean, and I got to respect him for that. You know, we haven't heard much out of him verbally. We haven't heard much out of him. Oh, the 50 catches the wall, and we're 3 wide for the lead going through the dry hole.
Yeah, Byron Rodney had to take evasive action there as the 50 of Jeffrey Mayer was in the wall, and he's lost everything that he had.
Jesus, tap dancing.
As the 3 wide going through 3 and 4.
That's 1 and 2. You're not live.
Okay, I am live now. As here comes Ronnie Osmer to the point now. Ronnie Osmer on the outside, being pushed by Kevin Paskowicz. Alex Green pushing Quentin Young to the front, and that's 4 teammates in the top 4 spots right there. As with 5 to go, it's going to be an inter-team battle right here.
Well, provided they don't do something stupid. Get your hate mail coming, folks, because I just jinxed the field.
Yes,
yeah, you're really bad at that, Tony.
Everybody loves you for it, though, Tony. Alex Green getting shuffled out a bit there by Tanner Costa, gets a bit wrong on the whole pushing process there. Ronnie Osmer got a nose out in front of him, having the living daylights pushed out of him by Kevin Paskowicz. As they're 3 wide on the super stretch, that's Rodney on the outside, Young on the inside. That's there. Oh no! 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 That's the race, and Ronnie Osmer's going to win it in acrimonious circumstances, and there's not going to be very happy people in that.
And Ronnie Osmer is going to win this race.
Kevin Paskowicz, again, with 5 to go, having it taken away from him.
Actually, that one was all on KP.
Yeah, he
came down on Alex. I just watched it from the chopper cam. KP actually came down.
Yeah, that was Kevin.
That was.
Oh, unlucky there. But Ronnie Osmer, as I said before, from the pit road to the penthouse, back at the front again, and unless the wheel fall off it, or if he runs out of fuel, or if he has a connection problem, he's managed to win this from pit road.
Defending champion starting out the season right.
And that's 9 shots as well now, Tony, by the way.
I'm sorry, I'm listening to what's going on. What did I just miss?
I just said it's 9 shots now. As that's someone stopped on the apron there coming out of turn 4. Not sure who that is. That looks like
Glenn Grimm.
Was it Glenn Grimm? Or was it Dominic Byrne? No, it's not Dominic Byrne, he's behind the wall, but... yeah, 3 laps to go, just about to make it 2 laps to go. There it is. We are 2 laps to go now. Ronnie Osmer looks to be your winner.
And apparently the other admins in the session had the same idea I did. As we were all reaching for the band hammer at the same time. Apparently a driver who was multiple laps down begging for somebody to push him around, and then just went off.
Okay.
The kind of language that was being used was not appropriate at all. I understand, tempers are running high right now, but yeah, no, he can't be doing that.
Absolutely. As we are 2 laps to go, the popsicle sticks are out and we are under caution. This is the final caution of the race, as there will not be another green flag in this. Ronnie Osmer is your leader and going to be your winner once we go to the checkered flag, as that looks like Ron McManus getting the lucky dog. No, can't be. No.
So the man who was quiet, stayed, under the radar most of the night, getting a podium finish here.
Yeah.
And Len McNeese getting the lucky dog on that one.
Okay. But yeah, Tanner Costa staying under the radar, having a really quiet one tonight. Just absolutely stealing that 3rd place away, but I think the amount of cautions we've had has had something to do with that as well. As the white flag is out now at this point, Ronnie Osmer in 1st, Quentin Young 2nd, Tanner Costa 3rd. Matthew Kleinschmidt, another one we've not really spoken about tonight, he's in 4th. Kevin Paskowicz still going to hold on for 5th place despite that wreck, so still going to get a top 5 out of this despite what happened.
Despite what happened, and unfortunately, Fearless Leader has put it behind the wall and has lost himself in his home.
Yeah.
Phenomenal motorsport with 3 cars in the top 5.
Thanks for joining us here tonight, John. And I'm sorry, Chris, what did you say?
Phenomenal has 3 cars in the top 5.
Well, what do you know?
Ronnie Osmer, Quentin Young, and Kevin Pasky. So good showing for that team.
Absolutely. Phenomenal Evolution really asserting their authority on the early running of this new season. Ronnie Osmer, obviously the lead truck in that trio in the top 5. Quentin Young will be 2nd in that line. And behind Tanner Costa and Matthew Kleinschmidt is Kevin Paskowicz there in the 5th spot. Dylan Moskowitz still coming home for a top 10 as well, despite he was in it as well. So even though a lot of these people were in the wrecks, they still managing to come home with top 5s and top 10s. Zach White coming back rebounding for a top 10 as well.
As the checkered flag comes out, we are going to reach out to our third place finisher tonight, able to stay under the radar most of the night, and you know, we didn't really talk about him a lot, and that's probably a good thing. You know, Mr. Tanner Coster coming home with a podium.
Yeah, you know, I started up front there, and we avoided that first big wreck, and I kind of just tried to save the fast repairs as I could and keep up towards the front the best I could and keep it on the lead lap, and it paid off decently in the end.
Well, Tanner, you know, it was definitely an impressive run. You ran up front early. You know, we saw you kind of get shuffled back a little bit, but you stayed relatively clean. And how did you avoid the dumpster fires tonight?
Well, I mean, a lot of it was luck. A couple of them I was involved in. I know they went 3 wide down the backstretch, and I got some pretty good front end damage. I was spinning in the tri-oval at one point, but I kept the car in one piece and used the fast repairs, like I said, at the right times, and it was just there at the end, I guess.
Well, Tanner, congratulations on the podium. Anybody you want to thank tonight?
Alex Roy is having a good league. It's always fun. Mom and Dad and little brother for watching. They always want to shout out if I finish up front. So,
well, hi, Mom.
Pretty much.
Well, sir, we'll see you next time. Best of luck to you then. Congratulations on the podium tonight.
Thank you.
As that was our second place finisher, I'm going to be joined now by Mr. Quentin Young, coming home in second place. Quentin, a lot of incidents here tonight, but still bringing it home for second place.
Yeah, it was a fun race. There was a few people in here that were a bit of a problem, but it wasn't bad at all.
Yeah, I mean, really putting the power move on near the end there. Didn't quite get it done the first time round. He did it twice tonight, but the second time round he did. It really did make it work, and everybody seemed to have a bit of a oops behind you, and still managed to hold on to the lead once that happened. So really choosing late, and I believe you started from pit road. Am I correct?
Yeah, everybody on Phenomenal did.
So definitely made.
And the entire team's celebrating right now. I'd like to point out.
Not everybody on the team. Anyway,
just about
everybody that's still running at the end was celebrating.
That's putting it mildly. Anyway, Quentin, yeah. So definitely using the cautions to make your way to the front. But after all that, we've had 9 cautions tonight, and a lot of people wrecking out. I mean, you've got to be relieved with second place after all that.
Yeah, I was in second place. I think I could have had a better. Would have been better if I could have had some help. One of the green flag runs, I was running top side all by myself and managing to hold on to Dylan, and I can't remember who was in second in the bottom line. But if I could have had help, I think the top one would have been better. But still, good finish, and on to wherever we're at next week.
Yeah, I need to get with Alex Green to find out where we are next week. But Quentin, definitely a great second place here tonight. Definitely did the team proud. Anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's second place?
KP and Alex for putting the league on, and just everybody for helping promote a good race.
And speaking of KP, we're going to reach out to the team primary on Phenomenal Motorsports, Mr. Kevin Pasky. KP, you got to be proud of your guys tonight, putting 2 cars on the podium and 3 cars in the top 5.
Yeah, you know, I just want to congratulate Ronnie and Quentin. Good race, guys. We should have had 5. We should have had the top 5 sweep, but I made a dumb move. I didn't know Alex went up 3 wide, and you know, I tried to come down a little bit and caught him. So that's my fault. But yeah, we had a strategy tonight. I think these guys were probably telling you we had a strategy to just lay back until halfway and then take off from there, and that's what we did, and it seemed to work out well. Unfortunately, a couple guys got caught along the way, but still, you know, 3 out of the top 5 isn't bad.
3 out of the top 5, and we're going to reach out to Ronnie Osborne now. Pit starting tonight, so starting beyond shotgun on the field, and not only putting it on the podium, putting it on the top step of the podium.
Yeah, it was a pretty fun race with the working strategy with the teammates, staying in the back, keeping our fast repairs safe. And that definitely came in handy at the end of the race. And the last 30 laps, it was chaos. But luckily, we had those fast repairs, and we were able to, with some luck, get victory lane.
So, Ronnie, talk to us about one of those melees that. Do you even know who clobbered you going through 1 and 2 when you got doored?
From the big incidents, all I remember is I know the incident where I went through the grass sliding.
No, the one before that.
And I didn't get doored by anyone in that one. I think that was no, I don't know which one it is then.
Ronnie, a little bit of redemptions. Last time you were at Daytona in real life wasn't quite the finish you were looking for, but hopefully moving forward you're going to have this type of good luck from here on out at the the home of super speedways.
Yep, this is the start to the second season for a repeat champ.
Well, congratulations to you guys tonight. It was a hard fought battle that we saw. Anybody else you want to thank tonight, Ronnie?
Thank my mom and dad for watching. Thank KP and all the teammates on Phenomenal Evolution. Thank again KP and Alex for running the league, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
All right, well, Sam, I think that's going to just about do it. Give a quick rundown of who finished where.
Yeah, we're going to go through our results here for tonight here at Daytona. Been a fun race here at the home of Super Speedways. Ronnie Osmer starting from pit road and bringing home the win tonight. Quentin Young making it 2 Phenomenal Evolution cars in the top 5. He finished in second. Tyler Costa finished in third. Matthew Kleinschmidt fourth. Kevin Pasky, despite having that incident to bring out the final caution, he runs out the top 5, making it 3 Phenomenal Evolution cars in the top 5. 6th is Chad Witt, 7th is Zach White, 8th Dylan Moskowitz, 9th Len McNeese, and rounding out the top 10 was Bradley Allison. Tony.
Byron Rodney, another Phenomenal Evolution driver, coming home in 11th. Brent Elsmore hanging on for 12th. Anthony Rice for 13th. Tristan Walker coming home in 14th. 15th going to Sean Weaver. Jeff Mayer in 16th. Mike Miller coming home in 17th. Alex Green, rough break for him, running up front most of the day, coming home in 18th. Wayne Carroll Jr. coming home in 19th. Devin Doss in 20th. Dominic Byrne, go ahead.
21st was Dominic Byrne. 22nd was Johnny Antonucci. Colton Hicks coming home 23rd. 24th was Brandon Stokes. 25th was Bob Lacavara. 26th, Mike Whitaker, unlucky for him. 27th was James McDavid. 28th was Cody Ober. 29th was Dustin Stalewski, and Robert Payne of Phenomenal Evolution rounding out the top 30.
Hoot Baker coming home in 31st. Glenn Grimm, a hard-fought 32nd. Real rough break for him, running up front most of the early part of the race. Mark Mitchell coming home in 33rd. Brad Ray in 34th. John Napier 35th. 36th going to Shane Norton. Isaiah Dupree had a real rough night, coming home in 37th. Joe Morganti in 38th. Greg Napier in 39th. Ron McManus in 40th. 41st going to Shane Nicelonger, and Ty Harris, unfortunately, did not take the green.
He did a park and start. He actually took one lap and then parked it. But yeah, that is going to do it here for us tonight. Definitely an interesting race, Tony, as we go to the final thoughts of this race.
If you're still sober, you weren't obviously playing the drinking game. KP, where are we next week?
That's a great question. I haven't looked at the schedule.
Okay.
I think we're at, it's either Iowa or Pocono next week, but I could be wrong.
Well, you can join
Michigan.
Well, you can join us here on both the broadcasting tomorrow night as we bring you the ISL IRO 5 series from Kansas. So something to look forward to there. You're going to see a lot of these drivers pulling double duty, running the open wheel race tomorrow. You know, Sam, if what we saw Sunday night is any indication what we can look forward to tomorrow night, it's going to be one hell of a race, and it's going to be fun to call.
Well, yeah, one caution all throughout the race last night at Kansas, and the IRA 5s usually... The IRA 5s usually run well. I know, Chris, you got the win there last night, but yeah. Anyway.
He also got the caution.
Yeah, but anyway, definitely exciting racing in the IR18s last night, and like I said, the IR5s usually run well at Kansas, so definitely gonna be one hell of a race to watch tomorrow night. As Wednesday night, we also have Top Fuel Racing, and they're going to be at Auto Club, so that's going to be another thing to look forward to. And then Thursday, we have both a fan choice for the first time this week.
Possibly,
as the IRDC hopefully will be there tonight, Thursday night, and I will be with Somo, the Somo Cup Series. They will be at Kansas as well. So we've got a whole week full of races at Kansas this week. But yeah, that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Let me just find some. And that is going to do it for tonight's broadcast. Definitely an interesting first race of the season. We did say it was going to be an absolute barnstormer here tonight. 43 trucks taking the green, but only one man taking the win. That was Mr. Ronnie Osman after starting from pit road. All that's left for me to say tonight is that we've had a fun time up here in the booth. We hope you had a fun time watching it here tonight. If you liked what you saw, then give us a like. If you're new here and want to see more, give us a subscribe. We are sorry that the Facebook stream did not work, but I'm probably going to get a shout out from Tony after this broadcast is finishing for not getting it set up properly. But anyway, that's going to do it for us tonight. From myself, Sam Cooper Bennett, Tony Trapasso joining me in the booth. We've got Hoot Baker, Kevin Paskowitz, Chris Bouchard, Quentin Young, and our race winner tonight, Ronnie Osman, in the booth with me too. All I'm going to say now is keep it clean, keep it green. We'll be back here tomorrow night with the IndyCar Speedway League.